Alright, first off, what issues have you identified for yourself when you open up the?
In general.
Yeah, or like,
Um,
what are you struggling with in general that you've noticed? So we can start off with like figuring out what your weaknesses are and how you can improve.
sure. I know that my CSing isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah,
Even when I was recording this, I was watching like a wave of 6 or 7 minions. I wouldn't get all six. Like, I'm not trying to be perfect, but it could definitely be better.
yeah, okay.
And then the other thing would probably be um, just faster decision making. I spend a lot of time just in lane, just sort of like if I was defending a tower, I probably could have quickly gotten a jungle camp beforehand or something like that. I'm just sort of lost sometimes as to where to go.
All right, yeah. So do you just go into every game right away and just play, or do you like think about your matchup, look at the team comps or anything?
I only really look at my lane opponent. I guess I wouldn't look too much further than say the jungler as well. I wouldn't probably look at team comp as a whole enough. No.
You should probably do that more. Like you gotta see what your team strengths are and its weaknesses and what you guys are trying to accomplish or win conditions.
Yep.
Like, but you don't. That's all you want to like look at. You don't want to focus on the players themselves. You just want to focus on your team overall because you are part of the team. Even if like your team is doing bad, you're still part of it, regardless. All right,
Yes.
so you have Jinx Morgana bot lane against Lucian Thresh. So your bot lane definitely outscales the Lucian Thresh, but Lucian Thresh has much stronger early game because Thresh most likely starts Flay, and he also might potentially invade. So just like right off the bat, you should probably look to either ward out bush like this bush right here. You can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, you ward that or like stack in that bush because Thresh can potentially invade. So you want to either stack it or ward so you know and not get cheese. Morgana also
Okay.
doesn't start with her spell shield level 1. So your bot lane does not win early, but they do outscale.
Okay.
So in the mid lane, Veigar outscales you, sure, but you have a much stronger lane phase. The only thing that's a big issue is mid isn't really a 1v1, it's more of a 2v2. It's mid and jungle. So you want to
Mhm.
sort of play around your jungle a little bit and also play around which side your jungle is. It's going to help you a lot more.
Okay.
So you have a Master Yi, and they have a Veigar Zac. So they have more CC. You guys sort of win early if you can get your root down onto like a Veigar, but if you get hit by the cage and Zac E's on top of you, you're probably just gonna die and lose the 2v2. Like this
Yep.
2v2 is a little tricky. Yi does win later, but he's not as strong early because Zac has really good base damage. And
Yep.
Veigar is weaker, but you're so you just gotta be careful on who hits what CC, because like if
Yeah.
that's gonna change the whole 2v2. So your
For sure.
top lane is it's Renekton favored early, and it's is for a while because he is a lane bully and he's really good into melees. Darius does win later, but I don't know if he can survive. Not sure about Ignite and Conquer. I mean Conquer's
Yeah.
fine, but he probably should have taken Ghost or something.
I can tell you right now, he does not do that well.
I mean, yeah.
The Renekton does much better.
See, so Veigar has a Flash Ignite, so he definitely has he's looking to play for lane or looking for a kill off six maybe because he really can't kill you
Yeah,
in
I
lane
was
phase.
I
And
was aware of his ignite over like a teleport or something like that.
yeah, so you want to not like play super aggressive, assuming he has TP.
Yep.
So yeah, well now since we like talked about this, your team is pretty decent at team fight. It's not the best. I think you should probably split this game because you have Master Yi and you have a Neeko. Neeko's actually really good at split pushing, but a lot of people actually don't split push for some reason. And then
Yeah. Okay.
you don't really want to just don't pay attention to your teammates. A lot of people, even in Diamond, they'll still like always call for group mid, group mid. Grouping mid isn't always the best, especially if their team has a ton of AoE. Like if you look at their team, they have pretty good AoE on their team, and they also have pretty good team fight in CC. So their team is better at team fighting than your team, even though your team has some pretty good AoE ultis and Jinx is really strong late game. But you guys should probably just split push because of Yi and Neeko. Because it's really hard for like any of them to kill you, because Renekton really can't get on you because of your root and your W. Because if he dashes at you and you press W, it actually cancels, since his W is an auto. And your invisibility actually makes people lose target, so it's really good. So he can't match you. Veigar
Okay.
shouldn't be able to kill you unless you get hit by the cage.
Yep.
But I don't know if he's going for the glacial build or not, but I don't think so because he's going Comet. But yeah, you shouldn't be able to get matched side lane. And then Yi should be able to kill most of them side lane too. You should have a lot of pressure side lane, so if your team is losing, you should try pressure if possible, if you have a lead.
Okay.
Alright, let's start the game.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alright. Do you have your transformations key binded?
No,
I
I
suggest you
didn't know
do
you could
that.
keep on them.
Yeah, you can. Shift F1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is default.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit,
Yeah. Well,
dude.
then they're set to that. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. My stream's lagging.
Minions have spawned.
Give me 1 second. What the? Wait, why is it red? Oh, it's not looking good right. Dropping a lot of frames. I don't know why, but alright. Whatever. Might go down. Um, but yeah, it's really good because in fights and stuff, you can just transform by just pressing shift. That's what I do. I do shift 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 instead of shift F1 because that's a little far to
Yep.
reach.
All right. I'll change it.
Yeah, they're just find whatever buttons are most comfortable for you. You missed. Okay,
Yeah. I don't know how
so
I missed two there.
okay, so if you, I don't know if you know this, but if you don't touch the wave, all three of your melee minions will evenly have like about pretty much even HP except for the far left one, which will be slightly lower. So you can
Right.
like save your Q, and if it's especially good into melees that you don't want to push, because I don't know if you do this into every matchup, but into melees you definitely don't want to push. You're into Veigar, which is all right, but Veigar really
Oh.
can't do anything because he's pretty easy lane early. So I
Okay.
wouldn't push this lane just because you're playing into a Zac. Zac can't gank early, but like if he goes from red to this, and if he goes WE, he can actually go from here and jump from Raptors if you really want to,
Okay.
which isn't that good. I don't wouldn't say he would do that, but you don't want to do this too early.
I
And
was just trying to get level 2 before Vega because he wasn't there right at the start. That's all.
if you want a really good way to level 2, you auto him in the minion wave, so all the minions start autoing you. They won't be hitting your
Okay.
minion, so your minion will hit theirs. But you
That's
want to
much better. Okay.
do this close to level 2 when the second minion wave is almost here. You do that so all the minions start hitting you for a second, you start hitting the minions, and your minions will keep hitting. And then
Okay.
also, level 1, just save your Q, and you don't need to push right away, because there's really no need to shove it in. So just like save it to all three melees are low, and then just throw your Q on top. It's really good way to get the first three minions. It's really hard to mess up too.
Sure.
Alright. I mean, but since you're shoving, you might as well. The minion's gonna be around here though, which isn't that good.
Summoner has disconnected. A summoner
You can look to Q him whenever he walks up to farm.
Okay.
Alright. So, what should you do here? With the wave pushing into him?
Either ward or fake a roam, I would say.
It's
Most
too early to roam, to be honest. It's
okay.
definitely to
Just
ward. So we
ward
know
up.
Master Yi start bot side, and we also know E started bot side. And you know Master Yi is on wolves right now. He went from blue to Gromp to wolves. He's gonna be pathing top side. So you should ward like around here. Because you wanna ideally hug the side that your jungler's on. And even though Zach's generally want to go for this pathing anyways, to go red, that, and that, or that to that. They're gonna be bot side. So if you're hugging the same side your Yi is on, you don't need to ward bot side anyways, because you're gonna be hugging this side. You always want to hug the side that your jungler's on, so if anything, you can run to them.
Okay.
Yeah, you generally don't want to ward in the bush either. So you see like a little bit outside, like in this little river area.
Yep.
You want to ward like right there. You don't want to ward in the bush because it doesn't give you as much vision. If you ward there, there's no potential loop around the back from there either.
Okay.
So it's really good ward. It's warding in bush is sort of a trap.
My reasoning is if I don't miss them walk into that bush where the ward is, then he could be standing in there and I wouldn't know if I ward past it.
Yeah, but if you ward over here, you'll see him walk into the bush. Unless he jumps into the bush, then he'll have to wait a bit. There's
yeah,
really...
I just I wasn't confident in my ability to watch the minimap to see him walk in there in that 1-2 seconds.
I mean, but if
But
you
yeah, I see what you mean.
if it was here, you wouldn't probably see him either if that's the case.
Yeah, okay.
Because like,
yeah, fair enough.
Because you're out there, you're giving yourself more time to see. And also, I see you spam E and Q a bit too much. Like, so you threw your E through here, you missed on him completely. You tossed a Q right on top. There's no low minions. Veigar wasn't close enough to the wave. You basically just threw your Q with no value. The more blooms you get out of your Q, the higher the value of that Q is. If you can hit a champion and a minion together, that's really good. Because now you're slowly hitting the minions, you're getting them low, but you're also hitting them, the champion. Because you know when you hit them, it blooms more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to, you ideally want to hit the champion or when minions are low. Like, you see these, probably like another 2 seconds or so, they're going to get lower. You can throw your Q, you can probably reset and kill the rest of the minions and not miss any.
Yep.
You seem to throw your E a lot for no reason.
Yeah, I miss it probably more often than I hit it.
You just hold it then, because like when you throw it out, you're losing pressure. Because if you don't have it up, they don't have to worry about anything. They can play really aggressive.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, also another reason why you don't ward the bush is because generally Zax won't even stand in the bush. At least good Zax they'll gank from over walls and stuff or weird angles. They rarely gank from a bush. Just make sure you're matching other champions. Because if Veigar's autoing, you want to auto the minion too. And if you don't, minion wave is going to end up crashing to your tower and you're going to miss a lot of minions. You could have gone for an auto there to proc electrocute since you hit your E through minions.
Yeah.
Because you sort of got hit by the skill shots. Anyways. And since you win the trade really hard, if you proc your electrocute, he won't win the trade anyways. Even if he hits his QW. Early game Veigar is much weaker than Neeko, so you can go for a full combo trades with him, all-in trade, and you'll win it every time.
Okay.
That was good. You land your E a lot, but you never auto, cause like you haven't proc your electrocute yet.
Right.
Yeah. All right, this is good. You're moving to help your jungler. You could have gone for E flash. I think you should have gone for an E flash there. You probably would have killed him. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, this Yi plays super aggressively,
Yeah, but
like he always wanted to fight.
What the Huh? Holy moly. Wait. What is wrong with that? Go back a little bit more. Alright, so let's see. You sort of throw E like off cooldown every time. You sort of gotta stop doing that. It's like a bad habit, and it's gonna waste a lot of mana if you're not hitting them. Holding it is more pressure than not. So you just got it's like Blitzcrank. When he throws his hook, he's just useless. So right here, you see the Zac flash.
Yep.
You have your E up and your flash up. You can always just hold your E out, which is about this long, and if you flash right at him, you E first, then flash, you're gonna hit him with a root, and that's pretty much a guaranteed kill. Because if you're gonna go into their jungle at all, you want to do it fast, because you didn't shove your wave in. So you know, if anything happens, like Vanguard shoves that in, you're losing a whole big wave right there.
Would I go for that even though he has his passive and we know that Veigar's coming up behind us?
Yeah, because he's low, and he has no flash. If you go for it really fast, you'll pop his passive. But yeah, he went in, so I mean, I don't think you should have E'd here at all. Like, there's really no purpose in E'ing. Your Q is up, which is AoE, so you can hit all this. You don't want to use your E. Like, there's no point in using E. He's already a slime. He can't, like, run away. He can't E. He can't do anything. So you're just wasting your only CC that you have. If anything, you just Q, or you just keep autoing into empowered auto to kill him. Like, there's no way he survives this anyways. Yeah, so you're out of mana now. You don't have E. You don't have Q, because you used it too.
Cool.
Yeah, and then your top laner's not here. You can either decide to... I actually wouldn't even fight this, because it's 2v1. You have, like, no mana at all. I mean, you have Ignite, I suppose, but Renekton's really strong early. So he's gonna probably... This guy's sort of incident, so I would just walk around, take that blast, come back mid, clear the wave.
Yep.
Because you're losing so much from this. Yeah, like, he just inted in. Ugh. You honestly could have just backed there.
Just let the wave sit where it is.
Yeah, I mean, he has like no mana at all, so it's gonna not be really easy for him to clear it, because the minion wave's gonna sit like around here. Even if he pushes it, he's only gonna auto anyways, because he has no mana. Because you both have no mana right now. Nothing's gonna really happen. You're gonna have a bigger wave, so your wave's gonna crash into him now. Like, you should just back like right now. You see how you have the half a wave?
Yep.
Here. Then you have a full wave coming in. You should just back right away. Because you have 30 CS, you have an assist, so that's definitely a Dorn's Ring. And potentially a refillable potion right there. He stayed. Which is not that great. Like, if you're gonna stay at all, then you should just hard shove. It's a cannon wave, which is why I said to back. Because even if he pushes this, the turret will kill one melee and then start targeting your cannon. So you miss almost no minions at all with that back timing right there. It's called a cheater recall. You back before the next cannon wave. Because you literally lose almost nothing, because the cannon wave just tanks everything and prevents the rest of your wave from dying. don't have to walk all the way. You just like walk right behind the wall. You just want to get as fast to back and buy as fast as possible.
Okay.
Mm. Do you always go for Lost Chapter first?
Yeah, usually.
Uh, you should try going for another Dorn's Ring for HP and refillable potion. Sustain is
Okay.
really good. And if you ever have enough gold, back with us and buy Sorks. Sorks is really good. Neeko has pretty good AP ratio, and if you have two Dorn's Ring and also Sorks, or just even Sorks and a Dorn's Ring at level 6, you can 100-0 someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Lost Chapter. Do you build Ludens first?
Uh, yes.
You probably shouldn't. It's pretty expensive.
Okay.
Just go for Sorks, full Sorks first, into or just full boots based on the game. Majority of the time, I just go full Sorks, and then build
Okay.
into Proto Belt right away after. He hasn't backed yet, so just like shove really hard in. Like, so you have an item difference, right? You can
Yep.
one step in front of the wave and freeze him and force him to back. Cause like, I mean, what is he gonna do here though? Like, it's a decent wave. Sure, but the wave is hitting your minion, right? You can freeze. He didn't back, so you can walk in front of the wave, force him to miss this wave, and you start your freeze. Start to build a CS lead. You just walk up, start hitting him. You have Ignite still, so what's he gonna do? You can potentially burn his flash, possibly, because you're playing super aggressive, and you just keep autoing him. And then once if he's out of the minion wave, these minions won't even auto you, so like he has nothing. He's just getting zoned from the wave, and he has to back off and just back pretty much. Like there's really no other option for him. That's probably the best play there, just to like do that. Like you see, he's just like standing back there, but like if you shove into him, he's gonna keep getting minions. You gotta like find a way to like pressure him and
Okay.
force him to back so he gets out of the wave. You can get things, you can get vision. Like, he's really low. Well, there's no reason for you to play really scared, to be honest. You should probably ward though, but yeah. What? Why do you always EQ but then walk away?
Good
You have
question.
electrocute. Because like
Yeah.
if you're having comet, then that's fine. But like if you have electrocute though, so you want to proc electrocute as much as possible. That
So I
E,
could have auto ignited.
yeah, that would have killed for sure, 100%.
Okay.
You want to ignite first though, because ignite's range is limited. It's easier to click stop any HP pots. Yeah, he's just falling behind in CS now. He was even CS with you, but it's not going too well. Oh, you walk really far up. No vision. Should be fine. You could have just killed him there, to be honest. Yeah, you could have killed both. You should have just ulted. He dies, and Veigar probably walks up anyways, and you just E him after.
Yep.
But yeah, Zac has no passive from the level 1 earlier, also no flash. So you should have just ulted and ignite. He's super squishy early. There's no way he survives a full combo from Neeko. You should just shove in here, like he's not able to do much. You're sort of low, but if he gains enough, you're just gonna die. Yeah, a little overstaying. Oh my gosh, he actually hit that. But you sort of overstayed. You could have died there.
Yep.
Wait, what are you doing now? You should just back. Are you going for a roam bot?
Yes.
I wouldn't go for this play, to be honest. You're just gonna waste a lot of time. Cause if you look at the HP before this, he was like at least 75% HP. Your bot lane was half HP, and you were like half HP too. If they were to literally just like Thresh gets a hook on you, you just die and you just sort of killed their lane. Like you just into their lane. Like this was not the greatest roam. The minion wave wasn't all the way shoved in. It's even. So if Veigar were to get back soon, or if you overstay down here, he could just shove in. You lose a wave.
Yeah, I
You
think
don't have items yet.
my mindset was their positioning, that they were really pushed up towards our tower, but I guarantee you I didn't look at my bot lane's health at all. That's a
Yeah,
good
like
point.
this. If you were to go down here and they were even lower, you probably would have just died, and you wouldn't have gotten helped at all. So yeah,
Okay.
it just like the roam in general wasn't a good roam because like just right off the bat, there could have been a lot of things that could have gone wrong. Even though like if you play it right, it can go well, but there's just too high of a risk of just failing. And then you like delayed your back, which you could have. Oh wait, you still haven't backed here. It's unfortunate. I mean, it worked out, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's not worth it though. You should probably ping too, by the way, since you're down here.
Yep.
And it's been like a long time since Veigar's been mid, hasn't been mid, and he's up here.
Sure.
So you have your full sorks. You should probably buy some pinks, like if possible. It'd be super beneficial.
Yeah, I don't know my money. I usually try to.
I mean, you bought MR, so you could have just not bought that and just gotten two pinks. Would have been better.
Mhm.
That MR really isn't gonna change.
Shut down.
But yeah, so you did say that like your top lost, but you sort of gave up top side.
Yep. Okay.
Like your jungler was, I mean, invading not the greatest idea when the mid laner's not there, but you spent like 4 minutes not backing. You
Yep.
overstayed here, then you went bot lane, and you started to back, but then you walked around again. I mean, sure you got a kill, but if this Veigar was better, you would have gone so behind. He would have been like probably a level up on you by now. And he didn't show the wave in for some reason before he even roamed, but that's beside the point. You could have lost so much. It's just like it sort of shows how much people don't know what to do during the lane phase, or just people have really bad decision making in lower elos. Like you can punish this stuff really hard. But yeah, you not backing, not being in lane, having pressure lets them control the whole entire top side. Like right now, Veigar, they just do whatever they want top side. You don't have a ward, so it's super risky for you. Like, if I were to pull up Fog of War right now, you have no vision of bot side river at all until your bot lane
Mhm.
down here. And your top side has no vision at all except for here. So with you being this far up, Zach can gank from really anywhere. I mean, you know he was top side, but like he was sort of low, but like he probably has smite. You don't know if he's gotten a plant to heal up, like honey fruits. He could have smited
Yep.
to heal back too, and he also heals naturally from W. So he could have ganked and probably put you even further behind.
So
Like
with
these
my
are
trinket down, where should I be? Just waiting for the wave to come to me?
you want to shove it. You want to shove this wave in as fast as possible so it resets back in the middle.
Yep. Okay.
You shove really fast and just back off. And ideally, you would have a pink. You want to pink like the pixel brush. So pinks are good in bushes, but trinkets,
Mhm.
because they're not visible, you can place them anywhere. Just
Mhm.
generally not the bush. What I like to do is I sometimes wore like a normal trinket here, and then the pixel brush over here.
Yep.
I'll put a pink. So I have this whole area and river covered, but then this ward over here, it covers this whole like entrance to the river. So they can't gank me from here, and it can't gank me from here. And that's a really good way to cover a lot of vision for you in the mid lane to protect yourself and just hug that side. Because you know, like, if he were to walk from here, you'll see him from with this ward. And once he walks through there,
Sure.
you'll see him there. If he comes from river, you'll see him there. The only way is like he somehow goes all the way around the top and comes around, which is not very likely. And yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's a really good ward for roaming. Because like when people roam, they walk through these areas, right? So
Yeah.
if for example, Veigar shoved the wave in, you're under tower, and you have a ward right here. If he were to roam topside, he walks through here, you'll see him roam. Because he might roam through the jungle. He doesn't always have to roam through the river. And then it's you can always just like assume which side he goes. Like you're under tower, he's missing. You didn't see him go this way. You ping your bot lane because he could be going bot lane. Like just
Okay.
based off vision, one ward, and him missing, you can have like sort of a pretty good idea of where your mid laners can be at. This can be really good to like uh give your team a heads up. If they ignore it and die, I mean, it's whatever. But at least you gave them a chance, and if they pay attention, then they'll survive. Like these are really small things that can really change up a game. Like one game can really just decide the lane. Yeah, since you don't have any trinkets or anything, you don't want to push at all right here. Like, yeah, you don't
Okay.
want to auto it. You just want to let the wave sit there and only match, and you just want to match how fast he's pushing. Or you can even
Okay.
zone. You can, like, if the wave is like that, and, like, he's really not doing anything, he's not pushing it, not anything, just walk in front and start pushing him back. Force him out, and just EQ. Your spells does not draw aggro, but your autos do. And even if you do auto, you can always W to cancel a minion aggro.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so like you EQ this wave, your trinket's still down. So like Zac during this whole entire time could be anywhere. He could be mid, getting ready to gank you. And with you queuing that, your wave's gonna push this way again. So you're gonna
Yep.
be in a good spot for Zac to gank you. And if you're hugging your jungler but you have no vision, it's even more unsafe because like you're over here, and then your jungler's over there, but then like the jungler's probably here too, so they can gank you. I mean, he's pushing, man. But yeah, the minions moving. Oh, you never want to use your W like that. That is not worth it.
Okay.
Using your W is your only way of getting out of ganks or tricking people. So you use your W like that, unless they're like like you're for sure you're going to hit it, like your gap closing. They're like really low, like in kill range. Sure, you can go for it because like if even if Zac ganks, you won't get killed. But going for like that and he ganks you right after, you're just dead because you don't have W. Hmm. You probably could have roamed there because you
As in gone top?
no. Just looking right here,
Yep.
you see the Yi is over here fighting, right? For like a
Yep.
bit too. You didn't look at the map there. You probably could have moved. Like if you look here, your HP difference, he can't follow you. If he were to follow right behind you, you just turn around EQ ult, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he can follow you. So if you come, it'll be a 2v2. Or if you collapse in and they collapse in, that's gonna be a 4v3. But yeah, you're too busy mid, and then he just dies because their bot lane moved first, and Assie got picked by the Lucian and Zac. That's unfortunate. So that worked out really well for you. Since he's dead, you probably want to just shove the wave in.
Yep.
It's a really big wave. And he's dead for like another 10 seconds, so you can actually get him to miss. Yeah, the minion wave's gonna reset there, because if you leave that wave alone, it's a really big one, it's gonna crash into your tower.
Shut down.
So since this game, I sort of stopped going for Ludens first and get the belt instead because it's easier to get little components. Because once I have the components I have now, it's 1050 to finish the Ludens. And I realized how expensive it is. Like he's finished his Rod of Ages and I don't have a completed item yet.
Yeah, but
So
that's because
I
he doesn't have boots though, and you did. You finished your full
yeah, okay.
boots. Boots is
Yep.
1100 for full. But then
Yep.
revolver is a really strong item component, and it gives you pretty good stats. And
Yeah.
Protobelt
So
is cheaper in general because Protobelt, if you E the wave through the whole wave, so the wave is it's coming in, and you stack it up to where it's just 3 melees, a cannon, and 3 casters. If you E through that and you're right in front of them in melee range, and you E Protobelt, your Protobelt's gonna one shot all the melees, and then maybe the cannon. Later in the game, it will for sure kill the cannon, but like with you not having a lot of AP early, it'll probably like really load the cannon.
okay.
And then your E and Q after will just kill the whole wave. Like that's instantly killing a whole wave. Yeah, you're not really thinking about how the wave's working right now. You're just sort of just AFK pushing, to be honest. Like you auto way
Okay.
too much. You're not really looking for anything. Like if you want to play aggressive like this, you have to make sure you have vision. Like you're not buying pinks
Okay.
at all. So and then your trinkets are generally down, so you don't have any vision around yourself. So it's so unsafe for you to do any of this. You're literally just gonna die if you keep pushing like this and you don't have vision. Like if he wants to, he could have camped you.
Turret plating will soon fall.
You don't wanna roam like this. You see where your wave was, right?
Yeah.
It was in the middle, and you just roamed randomly. That means when you leave, he's gonna shove that wave in, and you're gonna lose half of that wave because you moved.
Okay.
So always shove in before you roam, because you're like for this roam. Look at this. You're level 10. He's level 9. You're 4-0, 0-2. You're up 20 CS. Because you're roaming like this, you're giving him potentially one plating, a whole wave, and you're not getting a wave, so he's just catching up right here.
Okay. So instead of using my lead to help bottom, I should just be further continuing my lead mid.
I mean, you can spread your lead bottom, but it's just not the right time to roam.
Okay.
Your
Okay. That
wave
makes
was
sense.
not shoved into tower. Because if you shove into tower, he's gonna be stuck under tower trying to push out the wave and farming, so he can't follow you. He
Yep.
can't push the wave fast enough because it's gonna be under his tower to force you to lose a lot of minions. That's why you always want to have your minion wave shoved in before you roam.
Okay.
Like you walked all the way down, they see you, you got nothing, and he gets minions, and you're losing minions too, just because you roamed and you didn't push in. And you just like missed your Q there again. You want to make sure your Q only hits it. It's gonna bloom.
Yep.
Yeah, like you're throwing a Q early.
After the first
Yeah,
tower hit,
let the
yeah.
tower hit first, then Q. If you have enough AP, it'll just bloom and kill them. It's warded.
Yeah, had no idea.
You should probably assume. Oh. It's a little aggressive, but that's alright. Worked out. Okay, so, that's not always gonna work. If you're gonna
Yeah,
flash play something like that, you want to E-flash first to make sure they're locked down. Because you just ult and flash at them. If he had any bit of mobility, your ult was gonna miss, your flash is gonna be wasted, and you pretty much just wasted two of your main tools, and you're so vulnerable to a gank now.
sure.
Why'd you W there?
To see if he would take the bait of the clone running towards tower, thinking that was me running towards tower.
You did it way too soon, though.
Okay.
Because also how you moved, you didn't move like a clone. You have to
Okay.
you have to do it like you have to wait. You used it so early that he just knew which one it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Shut down.
I think the year goes back in here.
Rampage.
And just dies.
I mean, his build's a little questionable, but your laners are really far behind. You have a lead, but you're not really doing anything with your lead at all. Like, at this point, with mid lane gone, you should be going bot lane.
Okay.
Like, when a lane has their tower, like, if you get mid lane, just immediately ask your bot lane to swap mid right away. You're trying to pressure aside because it's gonna take so long for someone to move back to the other side if you draw two people. Because you're going to the side lane, you are stronger than him, so you can kill him. And you can pressure tower. With dragon coming up, you can pressure dragon too. And with your mid lane being covered by your bot lane, they can rotate as two to either side, and then they can just defend. That's one major thing that a lot of low elo players never do. They don't
Yep.
go side lane. Solo lanes always want to go side lane late game. Like when you're looking, you always want to look at side lane first for waves. That's how you have good CS. People who fall into getting going mid over and over and going to like NA ram where everyone just always groups mid. When you group mid as 3 or 4 people, you're all sharing EXP. And then
Yeah.
someone's gonna get the gold too. So you're just splitting resources when the side waves are just getting killed off by other minions. So you're just like losing resources for no reason, just because you're not going to the right place. Yeah, you want to play on the same side. When you play objectives, always play on the side your teammates is on. Don't go on the opposite side. Yeah, like this is why I don't like Loons first. If you had Protobot, you could always just like push yourself forward a little bit there.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no need to chase this. Like, you killed jungle. You killed mid lane. There's a big wave bot. There's a decent wave mid you could
Yeah.
crash in. There's no need to chase here. You lost dragon already, so there's if you kill them, what would you get? Like literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you're just wasting so much time chasing them. I mean, sure you got a kill, but look at that massive wave you could have just pushed by now.
Yep.
And then you could have just reset after. Yeah, because you didn't go get that wave, Jinx is gonna get it now, so you're not building your lead more. And you haven't farmed in a while too, so Jinx is gonna be fine, but like you're like you see how you have like 100 farm at 18 minutes?
Yeah.
If you collected that wave, you would have probably had like 115, which would have been slightly better. Yeah, you're just still going mid, but I mean, you probably didn't know any better until now, so yeah. Like this is definitely a really free game. It's just your macros not that great.
Like even missing that cannon there. I think I was afraid of Thresh Hook, so I just EQ'd and walked away.
I mean, that's fine.
I didn't really time it that well.
That's pretty good.
Red team double kill.
So you lost this game, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Rennington got huge.
Sure, but you also have a. You're also really big yourself and your bot lane.
Has disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's Zac even disconnected. You're up.
A summoner has reconnected.
You're up 400 gold right now, and you're up 4 kills. So. You sort of waited so long. Like he was fighting the whole time. But then like your Jinx was not even there, so you either like hard commit at the beginning or just not. Because Jinx is pretty strong, so I wouldn't probably engage at all. Because Jinx is pretty big for the physical damage.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has
You should just back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd go for Banshees if you're really ahead. You should just go build other AP items that just snowball you. Like
Yeah.
Even if Vagar hits his cage, he's not gonna kill you.
Yeah, when I was watching the replay back, I was wondering why I went Banshee so fast. I think I was just afraid of CC, a Thresh Hook, Rennington stun,
I mean, just get
Vagar
mercs.
cage.
Just get mercs if
Yeah.
you're scared of that. I mean, if you're positioned correctly, you shouldn't be getting hit by thresh hooks.
godlike.
Yeah. And I didn't. The Banshees basically does nothing.
Hmm. You have ulti. You have ignite too. You definitely win the fight.
Okay.
It's sort of a. Well, it looks like you don't understand Neeko's damage. Like you don't know how much damage he does at which point in the game too. That's something you need to like pay attention to. Foreign games, like at which point with these items against these people at this point in time, how much damage would he do?
Yep.
Like that's how you figure out by limit testing. You fight certain times. Just get. But yeah, you guys are grouping. You're now sharing resources while they're ahead, which means you're just gonna fall behind. They can split push if they want, because no one can match Renekton right now because he's so big. You could have done that earlier, but you didn't. You stayed mid instead, so you didn't really do anything besides just clear waves. Your team is really split, and your Jinx is not even here. Like right here, you see, there's 3 of you over here. Your Master Yi's over there, and your Jinx is not even here. You shouldn't be walking up.
Legendary.
Yeah, like you see all this walking, like you're so
Yeah,
indecisive.
decision making. Yeah.
Let me time someone out in chat.
So I could have been pushing mid there that whole time.
You could have, yes.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't likely you're even gonna get the dragon because here you was bot side. You have no vision to begin with, so you really can't just walk in. In general, you're just at this point you're just way too behind. Your Darius is down 100 CS and he's down 4 levels.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, you should just keep both side lanes. There's really no reason to group.
Okay.
Yeah, grouping here, you're just behind. You don't want to share resources when you're behind. It just makes things worse. You still haven't bought like a single pink this whole game.
I bought one before, but and that's my pink in that bush there.
Yeah, but you should always have 1 or 2. You don't want to. You want to always be moving for objectives. Like dragons up, you move your pink. Baron's up, you move your pink. You know a ward is in an area, you move your pink, and they're clear vision. Vision wins you games. To be honest, how you're playing right now, the game's sort of over. Your team is just like far behind, and they're all just like sharing. Like there's 3 of you mid again, so you're sharing EXP again.
Yep.
Or Renekton's
Yeah,
game's...
this is how games. So games just sort of go in silver.
Yeah, I mean,
Just keep butting heads until one team wins.
you just need to work on your macro. Like, you need to go side lane. Start doing that, and you'll see how much pressure you actually bring to your team. Also, make sure you ward when you're doing that, because like if you're like going bot lane and you're AFK pushing every time and no vision, you're just gonna die over and over.
Yep.
Wait, have you read my guide?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, just follow one of those builds and go for the electrocute proto build.
Okay.
And then
When I first started playing Neeko, it was too many actives like the Twin Shadows and the Belt. But now that I'm better on Neeko, I could definitely start doing that again.
yeah, I mean, you don't need Twin Shadows. You can just go proto into Ludens.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And then you can go Hourglass third. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I play with literally 4 active items. It just depends on the game. But yeah, also learn those combos. Those engage combos. W ult flash proto belt. Very, very core. Like, that's like the biggest combo you need to know and perfect. Like, go into practice tool and just practice the timing with your ult.
Okay.
The longer you can hold out your ult and flash, the better. Because it gives them less time to react. Because if you flash on top of them for like a second, they're going to flash out. You give them time to react. You're just missing a lot. That's unlucky. I mean, you got pretty good amount of stuff there without without losing too much. That's unlucky. Never mind. All right, never mind.
Yeah, Morgana flaming there.
I mean, it's whatever. Mute.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you should just go to base at that point. Like, what are you gonna do? You're like, no mana, no HP. What are you gonna possibly do? You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You just have to go base right away, heal and come back.
Yeah, small stuff like that. Like I eventually did go base, but I could have done it much sooner.
Yeah, you're just standing there with like no HP, no mana. You're not gonna do anything. He's just gonna kill you, like get an additional kill off of it. This game is pretty much over. Your
Yeah,
team
it
is
is.
sort of behind. You definitely could have carried this game, but you really did nothing with your lead. Like you're ahead, but like your whole build is really defensive. You have Banshees and Hourglass.
Yeah, I don't know why I usually build so defensive.
If you're ahead, just build more. There's really not much to say here. Like, not much you can do, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would just give in him. Because, I don't know if you know this, but when you lose towers, the other minions get a mini buff that makes them deal more damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like meant to snowball, but you can use that to actually catch minion waves. Because,
Because they
they're
push
gonna
to you.
they're gonna naturally push to you, and they're going to kill the minions. So the enemies are not going to get them sometimes because the minions are dying off to the minions, and you just catch them. So if you give up in him, the minions will just keep coming and you just farm the supers as much as you can to get gold off of it. Because like there's only Baron up, and I don't think you can even walk into Baron without getting one shot because you have no control at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well just give. You just gotta try and farm your way back into it somehow, because there's nothing else you could do.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team has slain Baron.
Damn, you guys are literally just doing nothing.
Yeah, man, I was pretty lost at this point. Just looking for any farm, and I didn't want to go too far on the map.
I mean, you know they were backed, but you guys could have used this time to go sweep and stuff. If you had
Yeah.
pinks ward around, start to look in the jungle. Because you need to start establishing vision before they push in and try to take out all the vision. And, like, you could have just gone side wave and start pushing it out. Because you know they're going to come pushing with Baron minions soon. So if you start getting a wave pushing towards them, it makes them waste time killing those minions and not having any empowered minions to push back. Like, you're behind right now. Your team outscales. Lucian is not as strong as Jinx late game, and Darius is decently strong late game. So you just want to like farm it out, like try and last to somehow 40 minutes, to where your team gets more items. But sort of unfortunate she got picked there. At this point, it's just unfortunate. Not much you can do now. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the whole game. Yeah, just make sure, really focus, to be honest, on your CSing right now,
Yeah.
and then your lane phase is alright, I guess, for your elo, not too bad. But like you need to start learning how to use your leads. Like the thing I hear the most from low elo players is my teammates are bad. I have a lead and my teammates are inting and I can't carry. And
Yeah.
just from this game, you're not doing anything to carry. Like you have the resources, but what are you doing with it? You're just farming mid. Like you're not killing your laner. You're just farming with him. And he outscales you, so definitely really focus going side waves. One of the side waves, collect farm. Like just you gotta go ahead before your bot lane goes. Cause like if you go down first, it's more likely they won't go down with you. And then just communicate with your team. Be like, hey, I'm going bot, go mid. I'll pressure side wave or something.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like always trade. Never give up anything for free. Dragon's up,
Okay.
you see your team's weaker, you can't contest it, you go top side, you get a tower instead. They get dragon, you get a tower for some, and then you just maybe tell your team don't contest it. If they contest it, it's unfortunate. You lose the fight, but you get a tower. But if you're with them and you lose the fight, you wouldn't get gotten a tower at all. So just try and trade. Look at the side waves. Always be on like looking for trading if you can. Like they're gonna get Baron, get Dragon or something, or like get towers. Like you just don't want to give up for free. If they're about to get Baron, shove in really hard, so they have to use their Baron to defend. Play around cooldowns, like you know Veigar. Veigar used his cage several times, but you didn't really do anything about it because like once he used that, how's he gonna defend himself? He can just Q you, I
Yeah.
guess, but that's just like I don't know, 100 damage plus comment. Not that much. You somehow land your EQ. That's just so much more damage than whatever he has. And buy pinks. Really, you really need to buy pinks.
Yep.
That's sort of the basics I can give you right now. I don't want to go way more into detail because you just need to focus on the basics now. Just CSing,
Sure.
where to go after your lane phase, side lanes, and you know, just work on your laning and decision making, I guess.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Alright, no problem, man.